up.
Straight shot, no chaser. With your girl Tezlyn Figaro on the Black Effect Podcast Network. Can you talk a little bit about why other attorneys, because I say this all the time, and you know I'm your Malcolm. You're the Martin, I'm the Malcolm. So a lot of civil rights attorneys, they don't want to take these cases. Can you talk about twofolds? Why local civil rights attorneys do not want to take these high-profile cases challenging the system? And then two, how do you connect with these families, and why do you see them as being the go-to guy in this space?
You know, Tezlyn, it is really deep when you think about a lot of people historically would not take these cases. I remember the great Dick Gregory told me after Trayvon Martin, we were up in Philadelphia, Trayvon's mother and myself, and he said, you know, Ben Crump, what you have done is made it cool again to be a civil rights lawyer. Because after the King era and the 60s and so forth, everybody started going for money. Everybody was getting these corporate jobs and so forth. Nobody was talking about going to fight for marginalized, disenfranchised Black people. But what we started doing, and my former law partner, Darryl Parson and I, we went to law school to try to fight for our people, to try to give them an equal opportunity at the American dream, equal opportunity at achieving justice. And so I think the reason they called me, Tez, is just that I always try to be who I am. I try to be honest. I try to tell them I'm passionate about the cause of justice. I tell them that I promise you we will get to the truth. I never ever promised them that the justice system is going to work for them, because in America, you have no guarantee at justice. All you have is a chance at justice. And so I know what we do on our side, Tez, as you and I talk a lot, I'm the civil rights attorney. And the only thing we can do as private citizens, private attorneys, is to bring a civil rights wrongful death lawsuit and get the family compensation. We can do no more than that based on our form of government. It is the elected government officials, the prosecutors, the state attorneys, the district attorneys, who are the only ones who can arrest somebody, take away their liberty interest, and put them in jail. So, you know, when I hear about these negative things being said on social media, I think about all the love and the respect we get, the fact that we can't stop our phones from ringing, Tez, as we often talked about. And then I think about my heroes. I think about Thurgood Marshall and all the criticisms he got, not just from white people, but from Black people, the people he was trying to help. Martin Luther King, you know, you go watch The King and the Winter, the last 3 years of Martin Luther King's life. He was the most hated man in America, not by white people, by Black people. Malcolm X, hated and vilified. And so I say to myself, if all my heroes had to go through these trials and tribulations, who am I to think I'm better, that I should not go through these trials and tribulations? Who am I to be so arrogant to think that everybody is going to love me? And the fact that we're taking on these highly, what others would call, Tezlyn, controversial issues. When you're talking about white police officers going to jail, when for 401 years in America, that has not been the history of America. Normally they kill us and nobody's held accountable. So what we have been able to do in the last 10 to 15 years is change the conversation, change the narratives, where we're having an expectation of white police officers going to prison for killing us. Remember, in our mother and grandparents' day, Emmett Till, that was accepted. That was the norm. And we think that in these 40, 50 years, America has changed. No, it has not. Tez, look at the statistics. I mean, 50% of the prisons in most states in America are occupied by Black people, even though we only make up 13% of the population in America. The easiest way to get on death row in America, two ways. One, to be a person of color, and to kill a white person. That's the quickest way to get to death row in America. The second quickest way to get to death row in America is to be a person of color and be accused of killing a white person. I mean, the quickest ways to get on death row. When you juxtapose that, Tez, you have white people kill black people and persons of color, there's no guarantee they're going to get on death row. There's no guarantee they even going to prison. In fact, I mean, they kill us because of the racist Jim Crow stand your ground laws. There ain't no guarantee they're going to be arrested. They kill our children and go home and sleep in their beds at night. So that's the message that's being projected from our court system without saying a word, that black lives don't matter as much as white lives. And we have to remember that we're fighting 400 years of systematic racism and oppression. So don't condemn the people who are out here trying to fight for you while you don't say anything about these prosecutors who keep letting these killer cops get off. These prosecutors who every day in every city, in every state in America keep giving up these trumped up felony convictions against our children. Let's educate, engage, and empower our people, and nobody does that like you, Ted.